Okay, so let's start. Hello everyone. My name is Oriane. I'm a work package leader in the Sundance project as communication, dissemination, and open call leader. Welcome to the Sundance Open Call 1, Danube Call Info Webinar 2. In our team today, you can see Mihaela, which is part of the coordination team, and then Anya, who is part of my team with F Success as a communication manager. So the session today will be, so the agenda for today is a welcome message. Then we will give you a brief overview of the Sundance project, and then we will guide you through the open call 1, which is called the Danube call. And we will keep some time for your question and answers. We have normally you should have access to the Q&A in this webinar, and you can pop your question whenever you feel like it, and we will take them at the end. So please write them down. This is how we answer them, and then we make sure that we answer them all live by the end of the session. So let's start with first a brief overview from the Sundance project, which the goal is to developing sustainable sediment solution for the Danube River and the Black Sea system. And I will give the floor to Mihaela, which represent the coordination team here, and will present you all our project.
Hi everyone, I'm Mihaela Timofti. I'm Associated Professor at the Faculty of Science and Environment of Dunărea de Jos University. My university is the coordinator of the Sundance project, and the manager of the project is Professor Puiu Lucian Georgescu. Next, please. Our project is a project for 48 months with approximately 9 million euro budget. And it is focused on developing innovative and sustainable sediment solution for the Danube River and Black Sea system. We are partners from 10 different countries that you can go further. The countries are from Europe, but we have partners from outside of Europe, such as Ukraine, Serbia, and Israel. All the partners involved, next please, all the partners involved are committed to make the Sundance project a successful one, and this project is a part of the EU mission Ocean and Waters, and it is under Danube Black Sea Lighthouse umbrella. This Danube Black Sea Lighthouse has the mission to support regional engagement and cooperation through area-based lighthouses in major sea river basins, such Danube Black Sea system is. Next, please. The project goals is to create a sediment management handbook for the Danube River basin, including intervention strategies, to develop and to validate a sediment prediction tool. And this tool use the measurement and the monitoring activities that were made during the Sundance project. Another project goal is to enhance measurement and monitoring infrastructures, and this will be for improving the accuracy of the sediment quantity and quality data that will help to make a better management sediment on the Danube River. Next, please. Another goals of the Sundance project is to test and validate sediment management solutions in 3 different locations. This will be to improve both sediment quantity and quality. Will have goals to assess the applicability of solutions to other regions and EU river basin, and to create an action plan and a roadmap for their use. And the last but not the least, to engage the key stakeholders in European water and sediment management. Next, please. The Sundance project is based on 6 work packages, interconnected. 3 of them are strongly related. It's about work package 3, 4, and 2, in which will have activities related to the monitoring on the use case to determine the sediment quality and quantity, and to obtain a tool for prediction of the sediment on the Danube River. All these 3 work packages are related to the work package 1, in which will be developed a handbook and will have to have an action plan and roadmap. And of course, we have work packages related to the communication, dissemination, and exploitation, and work packages that coordinate on the entire project. Next, please. How will SUNDANSE address these issues? By studying these issues that affect the Danube River and its surroundings, by developing models to predict sediment movement in the river, by coordinating with other projects for undefined approach, by using advanced tools to measure microplastic and pollutants in the water and sediments, by creating maps for the area where we found out that we have problems related to the erosion or to the excessive sedimentation. This is our goal to try to restore natural flow of the Danube River if it is possible, and of course to enhance the cooperation between groups and countries to implement EU strategies effectively. Next, please. Our 3 use cases are located in Bulgaria, Romania, and Serbia. In Bulgaria is on the Danube River from Russe to Tracan. In Romania is also on Danube River from Corabia to Turnu Măgurele, and in Serbia is downstream of the Srpski-Itebej Lock. Next, please. Now I will give the floor to Oriane to explain about our open calls, in which we'll have the possibility to give €100 each project for 3 projects in this open call, and for other 2 projects in the next one. So Oriane, please. Go.
Thank you, Mihaela. Thanks for the introduction. So it's time to talk about money and what we can offer to you, which is, I guess, why you are here today. So as Mihaela briefly introduced, so we have in this project 2 open call, and this is the first one of the 2. And we will distribute financial support to at least 5 associated regions. And each associated region can get up to €100,000 each. So this is at the moment open call 1, January 2026, and then open call 2 will happen more in the second quarter of 2026. They are similar open call, except that they target different area of Europe. So okay, so this one, as I mentioned, is the one on local and regional authority called the Danube Call, because it's focusing on the Danube countries and on the topic of sediment innovation. We are now accepting application and waiting for yours. So the Danube Call, it represents the focus EU investment to accelerate the adoption of effective river management technique. And is to offer the selected applicant an ongoing financial, scientific, and technical assistance in adopting the Sundance solution within their own geographical and operational context. What is the open call one? So, as I already mentioned, we are selected. We are only the target group is local and regional authority, and this is really important. If you are not a local and regional authority, unfortunately, you will not be eligible, and we need to select at least 3 regions. Excuse me. The project, if you are selected, you will join us for a duration of 9 months, and you will have up to 100,000 euro. And we are now accepting application until the 18th of February 2026, 5 p.m. CET. Please take this deadline into consideration seriously. The deadline close sharp, the system close automatically at 5 p.m. CET, and we do not accept any application after that. Important link. So this is all you need to make sure you have a complete application. On our website, we have a specific dedicated page, which is the page called Open Call 1. And there you can download all the call documentation kit. In this kit, you will find the Annex 1, which is the guideline for applicant. This is everything for you to know to make sure you are eligible and all the detail that we are expecting from you in this project. On Annex 2, you will find a catalog of activity, because the goal of this open call is also to replicate what we have been innovating in our project in Sundance. So we have dressed already for you a list of activity related to sedimentation. You can choose from those activity which one you would like to focus on. You have to choose a minimum of one. And there is some that are mandatory as well, but I will come to this after. There is also the template for the technical proposal. This is a Word document. This is where you need to write what you want to do with those 100,000 and answer all the questions. So this is really important. If you submit something else that is not this technical proposal, your application will not be eligible neither. And this is the document that will be given to our external evaluator, which will choose who is going to receive the funding. Annex 6 is the PDF of all the questions that we have in the application form, but you will find them directly on the platform, and you just have to fill them up directly on the platform that I will explain after. And you also have a template, an example of the subgrant agreement template that will be used only if you are selected, and the declaration of owner, which are documents that we will need to collect from you if you are selected. But for now, you can have an overview of what you will have to sign. Very important, the application are only accepted through the F6S platform. And you will find on our website, on the open call page, the button to apply to the right place. Any application that are received by email or anything will not be taken into consideration. So it's really important that you apply through this platform. And all the questions are directly there, and you will submit your proposal directly there. There is an area to attach a document, and this is where we want you to apply. As I mentioned, the system close automatically at 5 p.m. CT, and so we really encourage you to not wait the last day to apply. If there is any technical issue, we need to have time to be able to assist you. So do not wait the last day or the last minute, otherwise your application might not be considered. Okay, so this is again the deadline, 18th of February. What are the benefits for you to join us? Well, first you get money up to 100,000 euro per associated region. You will get guidance from the Sundance teams of experts and a network on sediment topic. And you also access the Sundance sustainable sediment solution. Your application needs to follow under 4 topics. So we are looking for application on a flow monitoring, application on sediment quantity monitoring, some on sediment quality assessment and identification of pollution source of river. And the last but not least, action to improve the awareness raising on the sediment flow alteration. Eligible country, very important. We are looking at 5 countries. So this call is focused, as I mentioned, on the Danube country. However, in our project, we cannot find countries that are already in our consortium. So this is why some that are along the Danube are not part of this call. So we are looking for application from Germany, Slovakia, Moldova, Hungary, and Croatia. If your country is not on the map, we will have a second open call launch, as I mentioned, in the Q2 of 2026 that will be expanded to the rest of the EU country, except the one from our consortium. Eligibility criteria, I already mentioned, but I will say it again. You need to be a local and regional authority from associated region, and you need to give us at the application stage an official document to prove it. Consortium application are not accepted in this call, so only a single partner can apply. Geographical eligibility. So as I already said, but must be from the Danube connected country, not already in the consortium. So again, Germany, Slovakia, Moldova, Hungary, and Croatia are the country we are looking for. You cannot be one of our partner. That will be considered as double funding, but I think our partner are aware of this. And the thematic area, again, flow monitoring, sediment quantity monitoring, sediment quality assessment, awareness raising on sediment flow alteration. There is mandatory activity that we need you to insert in your project. So this mandatory activity that we want to see as well in your proposal. You have to give us some stakeholder engagement and environmental awareness campaign. You have to do a strategic action plan and implementation roadmap by the end of the 9 months. And choose one of the replication activity from the Annex 2 catalog of activity that we prepared for you. Choose at least one of them. You can take more than one for sure. Make sure you manage the budget well in that case. But it can be valuable for your application. Yeah, so 2 mandatory activity plus a third one mandatory that you need to choose from our list. These are the activity that were listed in the catalog. I will cite them now, but if you go to the catalog, there is much more description of them. So you can know a little bit more in details the activity and what we're expecting from you. So you can choose one of the 12 activity, which is activity 1, baseline assessment of your targeted area. 2, activity 2, flow monitoring. Activity 3, mapping the target area. Activity 4, sediment quantity monitoring. Activity 5, granulometric characterization of suspending and or benthic sediment. Activity 6, microplastic contamination assessment in the suspended and or in the benthic sediment. Activity 7, analysis of microorganic pollutant in sediment sample. Activity 8 can be toxic metal contamination assessment in the sediment sample. Activity 9, toxicity evaluation of suspended sediment sample. Activity 10, numerical modeling of sediment transport dynamic. Activity 11, development of normative framework for the real-time data utilization in the pollution management. And activity 12, assessment of inland waterway transport impact on sediment dynamic. Again, if you go on our website, download the document, Annex to catalog of activity, you will find more details about those ones. Timeline of the open call. So it has been launched in December 2025. We are running the Q&A webinar January, February. This is the second and the last informative webinar. And then on the 18th of February, we are closing the call. Then we are moving during February and March to the eligibility check and to the remote evaluation by external experts. And by the end of March, we should be able to provide you with the 3 associated regions that have been selected. So April will be the time to start the contracting phase and onboard you. And then starting the project in May 2026 for your onboarding and joining with us until the next 9 months. So until January 2026. And around the Q2, we still need to define the months, but Open Call 2 will be launched. What is the evaluation and the selection process? So you are now creating your application until the 18th of February, and then we are from the day after we receive everything, we are starting the remote evaluation stage, which is divided into 2 stages. First, we are checking your eligibility. So are you a local and regional authority? Are you part of the 5 countries that we are looking for? All this information about eligibility. If you're eligible, you will move on to the external expert evaluation. If you're not eligible, then you will receive a rejection later. So let's consider you're eligible, then the external expert evaluation, you will be evaluated by 2 external experts. They will be scoring you and agree together on the final pre-selection of the 3 funded associated region. Once you are pre-selected, you will receive a letter either that you are selected or not, and with a summary of your application. And for the pre-selected one, we are moving to the contracting stage with the sub-grant agreement signature. Once you have signed the sub-grant agreement, you are part of the funded project. And as I mentioned, just after that, the program starts and you are with us for 9 months. About the remote evaluation and the selection process. So again, it's a 3-phase selection journey. First, eligibility check, then remote expert evaluation, then the ranking and the final selection. How your proposal will be scored. So if you really look in the guidelines of applicant, and this is your Bible to go, you can find all the detail, what we are looking for, what kind of criteria will be analyzed, and the question in the proposal are aligned as well with those. External expert will be evaluating you on 3 criteria, which are excellence. So we are looking for ambition, problem description, and contribution to the Sundance innovative solution. The impact, so environmental and social contribution that you provide, and an alignment with the EU Green Deal as well. And your implementation, what is your plan approach, the team capacity that you have, and the effectiveness of the assigned resources. So as I mentioned, 2 evaluators will evaluate each application and provide score on those criteria. To pass the threshold doesn't mean that you are selected, but that you have a chance to be selected. Each criterion, which are the 3 that I just inform you, must be at least 3 out of 5 in each section. So you need a minimum of 3 for the excellence, the impact, and the implementation. If one of them has less than 3, you will be discarded for sure. And then overall threshold, so you need a minimum total score of 10 out of 15 for funding eligibility. It's the score is an average of the two scoring of the two evaluators. How can you apply? So we have a platform, the F6S platform, and to be able to apply, you will need to create an account. It's free. So you need to create a page for your local and regional authority on the F6S platform. And you will access the application form, which is a button on our website page, and then complete the form. This is how it looks. Fill out all the online application form on the F6S platform and upload your technical annex there, and also upload your proof of local and regional authority. I will repeat again, application are only accepted through this platform. And if any other means, then unfortunately you will be disqualified. Overview of the 9 months support. So once you are with us, 9 months are divided into 3 stages. The first one is the project definition, which hopefully you have already defined by your proposal, but you align on everything that you have written, and define a project plan, prepare the mentoring plan and the key activity, the milestone, and the output that you will be presenting in your technical proposal. Then you have 4 months to implement and to carry out the plan activity and submit the first progress report. And the last one is for 3 months, the project evaluation, where you have to deliver all the final output. So for sure, as I mentioned, you have mandatory activities. So for sure, you need to provide a stakeholder engagement result and the regional and action plan and roadmap, and also the project impact evaluation. This will be triggering the payment, which I'm going to provide more detail right now. So regarding funding and payment detailed, total budget is 300,000 for this call, divided by 3 projects. Eligibility cost category, and you need to take great attention on this because the rules are a little bit strict and need to be reflected in your proposal. So if you apply for 100,000 euro, like your personal cost from those 100,000 euro must be a maximum of 65% of the grant. In terms of travel, it's up to 5.4% of your grant. In terms of consumable and depreciation, up to 4.5%. And in terms of subcontracting, up to 4.5%. Indirect costs are a flat rate of 25% that are applied to the calculated subtotal. One second. Okay. Regarding the payment schedule, it's the payment are made into 3 lump sum installment. So they are triggered by the approval of mandatory deliverable at each stage. So stage 1, you will have for sure to provide report 1, which is your individual mentoring plan. And this will provide you up to 17% of the grant. So if you're at 100,000, it will be 17,000 euro. Once you move to stage 2, you have to do the project implementation, and you will have a report as well to provide on it. So, and if it's approved, then you will receive up to 58,000 euro, 58%. And the last stage, stage 3, report 3, our final evaluation and roadmap, payment amount up to 25,000 euro or 25%. So those milestone and deliverable are written again in the guidelines of applicant, and we expect you as well to put them in your application with additional ones that you want to present. And yeah, let me give you a little tour of the website. Do you see the website now, or it's only the presentation?
The website.
Perfect. Okay. So if you go on Sundance website, open call, it's here. You have the button to apply. I will show you. So this is where you need to create an account. It's written. Let's get started. First, you just need to create a page for your company, startup, or team. So this is your first step. And then we have all the questions that you need to answer. What kind of proposal topic you're addressing, the activity that you have chosen, and your legal data. And as well at the end, don't forget to add your technical annex with your proposal and the proof of local and regional authority. So very straightforward. Here is more detail on the topics, the timeline that we are, the eligibility criteria, and all of this is your Bibles. Guide of applicant, you can download it here. Catalog of activity here. Template for proposal writing is here, and an example of the subgrant agreement. You can download them all directly on the last button, the yellow one that will download automatically all those documents plus a few additional one. You also have here a frequently asked question that we often have. And if we still didn't answer your question after you read everything, you can still contact us on this email, info@sundanceproject.eu, and then we can provide you more support or answers on your questions. Oops, I wanted maybe to open actually yeah, catalog of activity. Here you can find them all. As I mentioned, those are the activity that I just present you, but if you come here, you have a description of each of them for you to choose. Here is your Bible guideline for applicant. It's really important that you read it all and you will have all the information in it. Type of applicant, eligibility, what kind of project, what kind of deliverable, the funding condition, application process, everything is in here. And here is will be on Word document, which is what you need to fill up with your application information in if it opens. Yes. Okay. So this is your document, some information that you can delete. You need to be really careful on the number of page, but everything is written, maximum 12 page, without the ethic part, but any page that you exceed will not be considered in the evaluation. So respect the guidelines. And here is where you write everything you want to do in your awesome project. So, and then you turn it into PDF and send it to your application form. I think that's it. Thank you for listening, and we are taking question now. Everything that is unclear, please put them in the Q&A section, and we can take them live. So far, I don't see any question. What I will do is to give you a little bit more time to write them if you have some. I will just present you a few of the frequently asked questions. So who is eligible to apply for this open call? So it's exclusively for local and regional authority from the associated region. You must be established in EU member state, country in the area of the Danube other than those that our partner are from. Another one is it possible for a local authority to apply as a consortium together with NGO, research institute, or another local authority? So as I mentioned, consortium applications are not eligible in this call. You have a subcontracting amount up to 4.5%, but only single application from a local or regional authority from the eligible country are eligible. Okay, I see a question. Where can we find a taxative list of the Sundance core activities necessary for the technical proposal 2.3? We don't have a directly taxative list of all the core activity. Mihaela presented you the project and what we are doing. Most also the activity that the catalog activity annex 2 is a list of what we want you to replicate. So it's definitely some activity that are taken part in the Sundance. And also what I can show you is on the Sundance project, I invite you to really read about our use cases. So here you have the 3 use cases from Bulgaria, Serbia, and here we have exactly what the goal we are doing, what are the upcoming implementation activity in each of the use cases for each of them. So Serbia, Romania as well, they each have a site description and what we are gonna do in those projects. Okay, and now another question: when can we find the scope of the Sundance open call? So guidelines of applicant, everything is written in it. It's the scope of the project, all the guidelines of applicant, and all the catalog of activity. You will find all the information that are required for the Sundance open call in those 2 documents. I think I answered the 2 questions. I don't see other. How to attach CV or just write the key expertise without social media link. Normally we don't take the CV in the application. There is no space on the technical proposal, on the application form, sorry, for other attachment. And as I mentioned, the length of your application must not exceed 12 pages. So you have to, in the technical proposal, there is a table. If you don't have a social media link, that's a bit sad, but you can put just a description on it on the table, a little description of the expertise of your team. I think I can open it. Oops. It's here. Yes, short CV, so short paragraph about the expertise of your team, just in this table. that will work. Okay, another about travel cost. Should we plan some common activity in project realization period? Well, you have a mandatory activity which is raising awareness. So we expect for sure some communication and dissemination from your side. However, it is not mandatory. But for sure, in terms of evaluation, that's something that they look at also. You plan for communication and dissemination. So you can plan some travel and explain, for example, if you're planning to go to a specific conference. I know also that we will have activity in Sundance and maybe there is a possibility to join, but it's not mandatory. Okay, how should we fill in the table 3 under the heading 5.5? Okay, let's go here. Total person month cost is equal to personal cost. Yes. Yes, total person month cost is equal to personal cost, if I'm not mistaken. In the EU project, so we usually work in numbers of PM. So you can evaluate how much PM. So one PM is 1 person month, and according to your staff salary, it has different range. But you can evaluate the number of, for example, senior PMs or junior PMs, and then you will provide the equal cost on it. So the total amount. Be aware to not, I think it was 65%, but let me verify, not exceed the 65% of the grant. Yes. Total, yeah. Lots of good question. I see it's nice. I see you're preparing your application. I don't see any other question for now, but let's wait a little bit. Maybe there is some more coming. It's nice. I see this webinar is a little bit more focused on the application preparation.
This is very good, actually.
Yes. So I hope I answer correctly. If not, don't forget that we have an email that you can reach out to us. But take the time now to ask what you need.
This is the moment.
Okay, I will wait. Well, maybe I can go from one of the frequently asked question also. This one is good. I think I also did not mention it in my presentation. Can an applicant submit more than one proposal? No. So we will only accept a maximum of 1 application per applicant. And I don't want to say something that I don't remember by heart, but I think it's the first one you submit on the timestamp on the platform that will be accepted. But this is definitely, I'm not 100% sure of what I'm saying, but it's written in the guidelines of applicants. So I invite you to check. Okay, this is a good but a little bit tricky question. How to prove that we are a local or regional authority? That's where it's a little bit unclear sometimes on the rules as well. But you must have an official document that that you are registered. It's an official document signed that you are a public body. If I'm, yeah, that's what I would say. So the same when you create a company, you have an official document from it. So with this proof, like an official document signed on a PDF, then you add it to your application form, and then from this we will look at exactly what kind of institution you are, and then we will see if you are considered as a local or regional authority. Just an official document of your, let's say, institution of your. You're welcome. Let me see if I have more prepared. No, I don't have more prepared frequently asked question. Okay, I see no more question, and some attendees starting to leave, so I think it's time to close the webinar. Thank you very much for all your questions. I hope the info webinar was helpful. Good luck for your application. We are really waiting for it. Again, don't forget the deadline, 18th of February, 5 p.m. CT. Read thoroughly all the guidelines and the proposal, and reach out if there is any need. I don't know if Mihaela, if you have a few words to say before we leave, and then I can close the webinar.
I wish you good luck for the applicants. And if they had questions regarding the way in which they can make a good application, they can reach us to the Sundance Project EU emails, and for sure we will reply to them as soon as possible. Yeah.
Feel free
And
to
good
put
luck
in
for
the
all. Yeah.
Feel free to put in the Q&A question the country you are coming from. Then for us, we know also what to expect in terms of application. That would be great.
To not be afraid to make this application, just to try to see what it will happen. Who knows? Maybe they will win 100,000 euro, right?
Thank you. Let's close the webinar. Thank you very much. Have a lovely end of the week.